Hey, how's it going? This is Melinda and welcome to my channel. Today is my birthday, so I have got the Beatles' White Album in the background because the song Birthday has been going through my head all morning long. This past weekend, my husband and I went to Nashville, Tennessee and did a lot of record shopping, had a lot of fun, and I just want to do this video and show you all what we found while we were in Nashville. So Saturday morning we got up and went to Phonolux. It is absolutely one of my favorite stores. They have a huge selection of records. There's a guy there named Scott who is just absolutely so knowledgeable and so helpful, and I really always appreciate seeing him. And I found a few cool things there, so let me get started and show you. First off is David Bowie's Diamond Dogs, and this is an album I did not have in my collection. I don't have a lot of David Bowie, to be honest. But I need to start somewhere. I've got a few things, and now I have Diamond Dogs. This is just a really cool copy of it. It's early, but I don't know. I haven't entered it in Discogs yet. I don't know how early of a pressing it is. I just know it's a really cool, very clean copy. So I went ahead and added it to the collection. It's on this really cool, iconic RCA label. Bewitched does have a credit on this particular label. So just absolutely no scratches, in really great condition. So I am finally adding Diamond Dogs to my vinyl collection. The next record I'm going to show is one of my favorite movies of all time. It's the soundtrack. The price was right, so I couldn't resist. It is the soundtrack to When Harry Met Sally. I believe this soundtrack is really what helped Harry Connick Jr. Build such a huge career. I just love the upbeat music. I think he did a fantastic job on it. And the movie is great. Meg Ryan is so adorable. So for a few dollars, I could not pass up getting When Harry Met Sally's soundtrack. And the next record I'm going to show is one that I've been wanting to add to my collection. It's one of those records when I see they're usually just beat up and scratched and in bad shape. And there is a channel called AGK's Vinyl Life, and he talks about this particular record a lot. So I went ahead and finally found this one by Santana. It's absolutely great. I believe it's his debut album, and I do know the song Evil Ways. This is a 2i Columbia label record, and this one was in really good shape. So I was very excited to pick this one up. So I really do love that. And then we went on to a store called Viv and Dickie's Oldies and Goodies, and I found some really good basic records there, very good priced. It is a store that has a lot of vintage concert t-shirts, vintage clothing, had some cassettes. I think it had some CDs in there, just some antiques. It's a little mix of everything, but the vinyl they have is what I would call lean and mean. They had some early 90s originals in there, and a lot of great stuff, and the prices were very fair. So I picked up, first off, I, Robot. This is by the Parsons Project. It was still in shrink. It was in great shape. Again, AGK's Vinyl Life has talked about this one on his channel a lot, and so I just decided to give it a listen on my phone one day, and I really liked it. So I decided to pick this one up. It's in great shape, and I got a really good price. This record is one of those that the cover was in such bad shape that I'm kind of second guessing my purchase. But it wasn't expensive. But it's The Doors, The Soft Parade. I've been wanting this one. This is the record that I just never had in my collection by The Doors. But this one had an absolutely beautiful, well, first off, let me just show you the gatefold. The gatefold is beautiful. I love the gatefold of this one. So the cover, not so hot. But the vinyl was absolutely pristine. It's usually the opposite. I'll find a decent copy with a cover and then find a terrible looking record. But this one was gorgeous, and I believe it's an early press. I think the tan label is the earliest, but this one came out in 1969, I think. I haven't added it to Discogs yet, so I need to do a little further research. But it sounded incredible. I did play that one. I love it, and I'm very happy to now have the Soft Parade in my collection. I couldn't resist this one. This is a 12-inch single. It's Prince's Thieves in the Temple. I've always loved that song, And I love the long version of it, so I couldn't resist picking that one up for a few bucks. Also, this is the one that everybody has in their collection that I've just never had before, Jethro Tull's Aqua Lung. And I have listened to this one, I've streamed it. I think it's a really good record, and I finally found a really clean, nice copy of it. I know there's MoFi pressings of it and audiophile pressings. This is on the Reprise label. I just wanted to go ahead and get an original first. I may upgrade it later, but it was just a few bucks, so I couldn't resist picking up Aqua Lung by Jethro Tull. Here's one that's just a sentimental favorite for me from when I was a teenager. Triumph's Allied Forces. I see this one often, but usually the price is a little high for it. It's not a high priority, but I've always wanted it in my collection. So, there's a song on here called Magic Power that when I used to listen to it when I was a really young teenager. I loved it, and I always thought it kind of, don't get mad at me for saying this, but I always kind of thought, they kind of sound like Journey. I almost thought it was Journey at one point. But this is a really good record. I don't think Triumph got its due. They obviously were probably a second tier type of band, but they were really good, and I really do enjoy this album. So I'm happy to have that one in my collection finally. And I also found something else that was really cool while I was there. I told you they had some vintage t-shirts of concerts. So I was looking through them, and I found this, and I thought this was so neat. This is a t-shirt, a concert t-shirt from 1986 of Van Halen. I love it, and they sold it to me for a really good price. I just think it's so cool. It's still in really good shape. I will wear it for a future video, but I haven't washed it yet. And if you all have any tips on washing vintage concert t-shirts, please let me know. I'm kind of afraid of just throwing it in the wash. I don't know what would happen to it. But anyway, I'm looking forward to giving it a really good cleaning and then starting to wear it. I will be wearing it and enjoying it. I'm not going to just keep it in a drawer for a keepsake. I'm wearing it. I love it. So also, after buying this, I had, they gave me a punch card, and I punched up enough, little places on my card where I had $10 off. So a $17 fine became a $7 fine, and I picked it up. So let me just show this. This is Bruce Springsteen's Chapter and Verse. I believe this came out in 2016 as an accompaniment to his autobiography. And it's just a lot of his greatest hits on here. I think it's probably a lot of his favorite stuff. It has Born to Run, Badlands, The River, Born in the USA, Brilliant Disguise, The Rising. Just really great stuff on here, Wrecking Ball. I don't know what it is about some of the Bruce Springsteen records. It's a 2 LP set and no gatefold. You'd think Bruce Springsteen would have a gatefold, but it does have really cool inner sleeves with lots of beautiful pictures and lyrics. So 180 gram vinyl. And like I said, I was able to pick this one up for $7, so I couldn't resist. So that's what I got at Viv and Dickie's Oldies and Goodies, a really cool store that I'm going to visit next time I come in. And now I want to show some records that I got from a store called The Great Escape. First off is Bob Dylan's Greatest Hits. And as you can see, it shows on here, contains full color Dylan wall poster. And it had it in there, so I picked that one up. I was very excited to find it. I have not opened this up yet, folks, so this is the first time I'm doing this. But I love this poster. I'm a sucker for having the original posters in with the album. So let me show you this. Y'all probably seen it before, but this has just been one of those on my want list to get this Greatest Hits album with the poster. So very excited to have that for the collection. And I don't know where I will put this. I would love to hang this on my wall, frame it, hang it on the wall. We'll see. But that's a great one to have. I also found a really cool sealed copy of Eddie Money's, it's called Sound of Money Greatest Hits from 1989. I already had this album, but it was in pretty sad condition that I picked it up because it's so hard to find. I found a sealed copy of it, so I grabbed it. I also found this really cool album, The River by Bruce Springsteen. Again, no gatefold, it's a 2 LP set, but I found a gold stamp promo, and it's also a white label promo. So I didn't have The River. I love the song Hungry Heart, and this is just a beautiful copy. It's in really great shape. So any Bruce Springsteen fan would love to have something like this. I was absolutely thrilled to find it, and just really great. So here's the insert to also the lyric sheet. So I'm very excited to have that one in the collection. So I found one more record from The Great Escape. I'm going to save it for last because to me it's probably the biggest record. It was definitely the most expensive record that I bought while on this trip. So I'm kind of saving it for the very end. In the meantime, on Sunday, we got up and went to a place called Spinner's Record Shop. Here is the sticker for it. I've never been there. I think it's just a little over a year old. They haven't been open for very long at all. But I walked in and I mean, my mind was blown. Immediately I walk in, the very first record I see is Van Halen's For Unlawful Carnal Knowledge on vinyl. That got my attention because I have never seen that record in person at a record store. I had to order mine from Discogs. Love that album. I was floored that he had it. And he just had a crazy amount of really great records all throughout the store. There was a holy moly wall that went all the way through the store. There's really great concert t-shirts as well. A huge amount of records that just to go digging and find. I was blown away by this store and I didn't even know it existed. It was really killer. I cannot recommend this store enough. And I also got to meet a really cool guy named Pat Lucero and his really sweet wife. And they're really close with the people in the KISS world. They know all of the members of KISS. They have been to an enormous amount of concerts. I don't know exactly what the title Pat Lucero has. I wish I knew, but I just know they're really big in the KISS world. He knows everybody, has a tremendous KISS collection. And also just, they were just really great people that were there at the store. And he has been featured, he's done a video podcast for Three Sides of the Coin, which is a podcast I listen to every single week. I never miss an episode. I listen to it every week. He's also really good friends with the guys who do the podcast, Kiss My Wax. So it was just an absolute thrill to meet him at that store and to go digging. And next time I go, I'm going to have to bring some more money because he just had the killer records that everybody's looking for. The Scorpions, they have a very controversial record called Virgin Killers. He had that. Tom Petty's Wildflowers. He had that. I mean, just amazing. I got the Beatles' White Album out here. He had the MoFi press of it. I wanted it so bad, but I already have like 4 pressings of the White Album. So I don't need it. I just wanted it, but I passed on it. A lot of Japanese pressings. This is a killer store, and I was just absolutely blown away. Let me show you what I picked up. It's just a tiny little taste of what he has there. Absolutely crazy stuff. Can't wait to go back. Anyway, this is Purple Rain, Prince of the Revolution. This is the original. There is a reissue. I have it. It's good, but I'm really looking forward to having the original. My sister had this when we were growing up. She actually won it at a high school dance. Her name was drawn out of a raffle. So we played this one all the time. So having an original back is very sentimental for me, and the price was really good on it. It does have the poster, but the poster is so fragile, I'm not going to open it. It, obviously had hung on someone's wall and was enjoyed. I have a really good copy of this poster, But this one's very fragile, so I'm not going to open it, but it is cool to have an original poster as well as a really cool inner sleeve. So I am so happy to have an original Prince Purple Rain album in my collection. It's in really good shape, so very happy to have that one. Also, he had this. It is 2011's Paul McCartney's Ocean's Kingdom. This was something Paul McCartney did for the New York Ballet. It came out in 2011. It is just orchestral, classical music, but I didn't have this one. It said Paul McCartney on it. I love classical music, so I think it's really cool. I did give this one a listen. I enjoyed it a lot. And like I said, 2011, that was 9 years ago. It sounds like it would be a recent pickup, but it's not. So 180 gram 2 LP set. Very happy to add another Paul McCartney record into the collection. And this is the final record I picked up from Spinner's Record Shop. I could have spent a ton of money there. They also had, Slaughter's Slave to the Grind, an original copy. So, I mean, just, it went on, and he had just killer stuff all over his walls. But I found this and thought it was really cool. This is Donald Fagen's The Night Fly. I absolutely love the song IGY. It's one of my favorites from when I was in middle school. Beautiful song. And he was a member of Steely Dan. This is the Quiet 2 limited edition pressing as well as a promotional copy of it. Sounds fantastic. I mean, I don't have the one step or a MoFi pressing to compare it to, but this one is just killer. When you put this up to the light, it is absolutely see-through. The vinyl is very quiet. And it says on here that it's been digitally recorded, mixed, and mastered. And if it's digital, I don't care. It sounds amazing. This is an absolutely wonderful copy of this album. So anyway, I was absolutely thrilled to go to Spinner's Record Shop. It will be a must go-to store from now on for me. I look forward to going back. There was a Kiss Crazy Nights t-shirt that I had as a teenager that was there. Maybe next time, if it's still there, maybe I can buy that one because I really thought it was so cool. And now this is the grand finale. This is one I found at the Great Escape. I can't even talk right now. The Great Escape in Nashville. It was a killer find. And I've kept it sealed. I don't know if I'm going to open it or not. It is Marvin Gaye's original master recording, the Ultra One Step, and it is pressed on super vinyl. I never had this record in my collection. This is sold out online. So when I saw this one in a store, my copy is 5,757 out of 7,500. You know, again, I think curiosity is going to win out, and I am going to have to open this and play it. But, you know, this one is sold out. It's a wonderful record. I've not had any of these before, so I'm really looking forward to giving it a listen just to see what all the hype's about. You know, so very excited to have that one. That was probably my most expensive, but having said that, I paid what it cost when it came out. They had the regular price on it. It wasn't an eBay price or any kind of jacked up price, so I couldn't resist picking that one up. So those are my amazing finds that I got in Nashville. And let me know what you think. Leave your comments below. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you on board. Thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.